Here we go. Welcome to SmackDown Report. This is Hugo Svinovich, our English version. As you know, we're doing this every Tuesday now in English, and we welcome all our fans from all over the world. This is Hugo Svinovich. My wife is off camera right now, Diana Svinovich. Say hi, the Dangerous Blonde.
Hi, everyone, to all those fans out there, wrestling fans. We're so happy to be with you. We are live from New York City.
Yes, getting ready that we leave tomorrow to Florida as we have a big production this Saturday in Kissimmee at the Firefrog Stadium. It's Lucha Conquest 2. The saga continues. Main event Alberto El Patron versus Carlito for the NGCW World Championship. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So we want to welcome all our fans. Another edition of SmackDown, a report in English, and let's talk about tonight's SmackDown episode. We will also going to be talking about The Undertaker, headlines worldwide of wrestling. We're going to talk about the Young Bucks and CM Punk. So let's get down to business, Diana, with some of the comments of our fans.
Remember to post it on your pages because I can't do it from here.
All right. Okay, so we want to say hello to all our friends and to Sportskeeda Wrestling, United States, England, and India, the World Wrestling Network, Pakistan, Asia, and Egypt, the Pro Wrestling World, United States and Philippines, Wrestling Rumors, Canada and Australia, WWE Australian fans, Australia and Nepal, WWE Champions, Brazil, the Wrestling Insiders, Malaysia and United Kingdom, the Spotlight, United States and India, and Canada, the Gift of Jericho, United Kingdom, United States and Pakistan. Thank you, DX and Undertaker, Indonesia and France, Real Wrestling fans, Egypt, India, and United States. We love pro wrestling, Canada, United Kingdom, and United States, and Más Lucha Mexico, WWE Latinoamérica, Ecuador, WWE Humor Guatemala, Queremos WWE Chile, Planeta Wrestling España, WWE World Fans Perú, solo para fanáticos de la WWE, Bolivia, Suplex Chile, WWE Universo Latino Ecuador, WWE Nación Mundial, Honduras y República Dominicana, WWE es mi pasión, El Salvador, WWE Fanatic World, Colombia, Perú y Chile, Caín, WWE Colombia, Hablemos de Lucha, Estados Unidos, México y Ecuador, Lucha Libre MXPR, Puerto Rico, México y Perú, WWE Fanáticos Mundial, Nicaragua, WWE para el Mundo, Panamá, Uruguay y Venezuela, Zona Ruda, Tijuana y California, Team Rest, Perú, Colombia y Chile, el Blog de Lucha Norte de México, Texas y Arizona, el Polo WWE, Ecuador, Guatemala y El Salvador, el tío Heisenberg HD, Paraguay, Pasión WWE, Uruguay y Paraguay, y por supuesto Lucha Libre Online, es Diana Svinovich, Hugo Svinovich. We are so happy to be with you guys, and let's get some comments from you guys about the SmackDown episode tonight.
Gil Estuardo says SmackDown is the best show in WWE. Amazing. I really want to see Fastlane.
Fastlane. Okay, so we have a fan that liked the episode tonight. There was a lot of people not too happy with tonight's episode of SmackDown as the comments are coming in. Let's go with more comments, Diana.
Around here, let's see. We have Suarez Carlos says, hello, family from Ecuador.
Ecuador, all right. The main event ended tonight with the WWE Champion AJ Styles having the win over Baron Corbin. I still believe that there's much more to work with Baron. I think that he's not quite ready yet. There is something missing, and I believe that he's a great athlete, but there is something about the perfect timing which I just don't see it right now. Not that he won't, but right now I just don't think that he's got the timing for main event. As we saw AJ Styles getting the win, and then as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attempt to use the announcer's table for full destruction, we see as Baron Corbin makes a comeback and puts away Owens and Sami Zayn, avoiding further destruction by the duo. That's the way that SmackDown ended. Let's talk a little bit more about how the show developed, and if we have any comments from the fans, let's hear from the fans first.
Kirk Sladen says, hello, love. Happy Tuesday. And Dan Adams says Carmella should cash in her Money in the Bank against Charlotte.
Carmella and the Money in the Bank in Spanish or English, it's driving me up to here in Spanish. We have stated that many times. If you hear that noise, that's our bird, our little girl. Blue and gold macaw Shushi, and she sees Diana, and she wants to be close to us, and it's not going to happen tonight. And Carmella, long time ago, WWE Creative should have corrected that big mistake of keeping that Money in the Bank active. I don't think it's good for the brand. I don't think it's good for WWE. And it's, no matter how they try to cash it in, I think that the negative effect on it, it's been so devastating. I was so glad that they were able to correct the mistake they made with Baron Corbin. And hopefully, this thing with Carmella never happens again. Not blaming Carmella. I'm blaming creative. Carmella is just the one holding the briefcase. But I think that the fans have been so upset about how long are they doing this. It just makes no sense. We want to welcome all our viewers around the world in all our fantastic pages. And this is SmackDown Report. We will also going to be talking about pictures and video that we have seen from The Undertaker. Is The Undertaker getting ready to make a comeback on WrestleMania also? According to what happened tonight, the friction still goes on with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. Is there a possibility that Vince McMahon might have changed his mind, or the doctors have approved and Daniel will be making that match? Have they been able to, I refer to WWE, Daniel Bryan, have they been able to fool us all this time and throwing out the information that Daniel Bryan is not signing the contract and he's ready to leave, just to give us that a surprise at the last moment that Shane will be fighting with Daniel Bryan? We'll talk about that. The Undertaker, is he coming back? Also, the Young Bucks announced that they want CM Punk on their show. Diana, let's go back to you.
Yogesh Dayal says, "Sir, will we ever see Sting versus Undertaker?"
Well, I don't know if that will happen. You might be able to get one more match, and I have stated that other times. Perhaps this is the first time that you're going to hear this being said openly, but many people thought that it was Vince McMahon who was not in favor of having that match, Sting against The Undertaker. But then Sting said in an interview that he approached The Undertaker about the match, and he learned right there from The Undertaker that he was not interested. As you know, when you are a big star like The Undertaker, or somebody like The Rock, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, or John Cena, you know, what you say has a lot of power, especially with The Undertaker. He's one that has been a team player for so many years, and if he doesn't want a match, Vince wasn't going to force him, and not that it's not going to happen right now. I believe that, but you know, stranger things have happened in WWE, and you're not the only fan that has written to us about that, so it could happen.
Joshua Espinosa wants to know, will CM Punk come back to WWE?
Oh, he said it, CM Punk, that he was in communication or comunicado with Vince McMahon through text messages. It was CM Punk that said we are having, you know, some conversations through text. We don't know what's going on. Obviously, we know that CM Punk will be doing one UFC match in Chicago. There's also been rumors about CM Punk against the legend of boxing, the money maker, Mr. Money himself, Floyd Mayweather. The uncle of Mayweather said that before he goes on UFC, Mayweather against McGregor, Conor McGregor, that he, meaning Mayweather, was going to kick CM Punk's ass first. Now, can this be that Floyd Mayweather might be going to Chicago for the match where CM Punk is fighting on the UFC card and do the angle right there? We do not know. I don't want to speculate, but this has been the storyline. If there's somebody that knows how to sell a product, that is Mr. Mayweather. You know that he did that with Vince McMahon and us in WWE when he had that big match against Big Show. So Mayweather knows how to work the fans, and obviously that's why he has made all that money. He could carry around his man purse anywhere from $300,000 every day, just going the streets, and he's got a collection of expensive cars. You know, good for him. Mayweather's been good for wrestling. He's been good for boxing, and I think he will be good for UFC. Diana, some more comments?
Fred the Best says, greetings from Naguabo, Puerto Rico, the capital of danger. I want to give my brother Mickey on fire a happy birthday.
All right. Perfect, perfect. And we are going to have this Sunday the Elimination Chamber report. We will be in Florida, as we said it before. I am the executive producer of MGCW, New Generation Championship Wrestling. This Saturday, 7 p.m. at the Firefrog Stadium in Kissimmee. We have a great card. It's called Lucha Conquest 2. The saga continues, the big main event to crown our first MGCW World Champion, Alberto El Patron del Rio, Alberto del Rio, against Carlito Caribbean Cool. Awesome match. Also, we're going to have a Badass Billy Guns in an attitude match against the Giant Jin Snitsky, and many, many more bouts. And if you're anywhere else in the world, you could check it on pay-per-view. It's only $4.99. Now, if you register, and if you wait till Saturday, it will be $6.99. So I don't care where you are in the world, you could go right now into NGCW Pro, ngcwpro.com, ngcwpro.com, and register. Let's go with more comments, Diana.
Victor Cordero says, blessings from Fajardo, Puerto Rico.
Fajardo, Puerto Rico in the house.
He says, SmackDown was very good. I give it an 8.5, but I don't like that the New Day wins. I think there were some new tag teams that deserve more opportunities to shine and wrestlers for the championship.
Wow, and it's surprising because we heard from some fans already, Diana, that love the show of SmackDown. And we have heard from other fans on the comments that they were not happy with SmackDown. Something has gone wrong with the blue brand. SmackDown, do you remember how it just made an impact? It was just like the word said, bringing it the SmackDown with The Rock. It was supposed to be an impromptu show. Just like a free let's go at it attitude, even though you know that there is a storylines. But it seems to have lost that vision, and somehow with great talents that they have, something happens, you know, that they just do not get. Even the opening interview with Shane McMahon involved and Kevin Owens and all that, something happened with the chemistry. Even with a Shane McMahon on it, I will not give it not even a 9 on the performance of the promo, of the interview promo. Never mind, you know, the rest of the show. Let's just talk about the promo. So SmackDown, it's better. It has to get back into what its format was, to give the fans that impromptu look, that unexpected look, and that flow of ideas of just coming at you, like bringing it to SmackDown, like The Rock. To me, it's always like the SmackDown brand. The Rock was just bringing it. And I don't think SmackDown is doing that. Let's go with more comments.
Ryan Thompson wants to know, will Hogan return?
Well, some comments just recently about Hogan being in communication with the WWE. It says that on those interviews, what was stated, Hulk Hogan saying that it has to be right for WWE and Hulk Hogan, and I believe that it will happen. You know, Hulk was the greatest creation of Vince McMahon. He was the Hulkster, Hulkamania, that brought this change into original sports, original wrestling company, into sports entertainment, into the attitude, into the worldwide WWE business and the billions of dollars. So many things happening. Rumors about Amazon trying to buy WWE, also the Disney company. We have also thrown out the name of the billionaire Mark Cuban. And finally, somebody like Stephanie McMahon coming out and saying, yeah, we are looking at offers. So there's a lot of things happening. And with Vince getting involved in the Football League again, the XFL, putting $100 million just to start, and the rumors around that his son-in-law, Triple H, is going to have more power. You know, people do get, you know, in the panic mode because Vince is the creator. And I think Triple H does a good job with NXT, but I don't think that he's ready to take over more responsibility. People have no idea what kind of a monster of the size, the creative force that you need to deal with WWE. WWE, it is so big that you could be working, and for experience, you know, I was part of the creative team my first year. I worked 17 years for WWE, and we could be with Bruce Pritchard, who was Brother Love, Pat Patterson, and Vince McMahon. Those were the original creative guys right there, and myself, before Jerry Briscoe came in, and then the whole explosion of writers from Hollywood and all that other stuff. But I could have been working 1 week with Patterson, Bruce Pritchard, Briscoe, and Vince will take that idea that we work for a whole week, 8, 9 days, and just say, no, I don't like it, it's not going to work. And guess what? That's why he's a billionaire. You know, let's go and let's talk more, Diana.
Flex Guerrero said, I just bought your t-shirt. Thank you, Hugo.
Or send us a picture so we could have it on our pages. Thank you very much. And as you know, 20% or whatever we make the profit, you know, we like to use it, to work with kids around the world. And whatever you could do, it's always good, as we are people that love to help people. Okay, more comments, Diana.
Steve Whiteman says, when is the Young Bucks all-in event?
Wow, you got me on the date. I know it's in Chicago. I don't remember if it's September. I will check for you on our next edition. And if Javier Gonzalez, my boss and my partner from Lucha Libre Online, or any of the people from the pages that are tuning in right now, if you could tell me the exact date of the show All In. I know it's in Chicago, where the Young Bucks made the invitation to CM Punk. I believe that I'm getting the information right now. My guys are always on top of this, and I know it's in Chicago, and the Young Bucks are the promoters. And Michael Morales Torres says September 1st, and we have other gentlemen from other pages writing to me. So we know it's September 1st, and I could tell you it's going to be an awesome show. It's going to be an awesome show. Young Bucks are so passionate, and if they bring friends and talented friends, it's going to be a great show.
Billy from Somerville, South Carolina says Roman Reigns will be the WWE champion.
And I have no problem with that. I guess I'm one of the few guys, really, that don't have a problem with that. I have been saying more than just a couple of times that people are going to be surprised as the time goes on, and Roman Reigns, takes full control of the main event spot. How fans are going to say, "Wow, how did this happen?" He was like hated, he was not popular, and then out of nowhere, he just became this gigantic force. And I believe you will see that. I think he's got the genes. I think from the father to the uncles to the cousins, all those Samoan wrestlers, they're so gifted, they're so talented, and I think it's his destiny. And I believe he's going to get better. Yes, he has to work on the microphone, but trust me, this is something that all the great talents have to work with. Let's go with more comments there.
Alejandra Zeron says, hello, what do you think of the match of Charlotte versus Riot for Fastlane?
The match of
Charlotte versus Riot for Fastlane.
Yeah, I believe, for some reason, and that's been the problem. The pay-per-views of the brands have been so quick, and there's matches with potential, but most of the times it's not about the talent. It's about the laziness of the creative force of the WWE. I think that for some reason, having no competition has really slowed down the creative aspect of WWE. And the fans have been, they feel neglected, they feel insulted. Fans grew. They grew up with WWE, and they're upset that it seems like WWE is only catering to like the young kids. It's nothing wrong with the young kids, but you got to take care of the whole wrestling fans, the whole WWE nation. And I think that sometimes you got beautiful, beautiful matches, and it won't happen. Like for instance, last night, that historic, a gauntlet match. Wow, just an amazing amazing match where Seth Rollins was able to beat two of the top guys in WWE, and that was fantastic. But over 1 hour of guaranteed tremendous action, and Rollins said, "Hey, this is what people want," and he came out and said in his own account, in other words, he made his statement. Let's do it. Let's give it to the fans, and then I think that's what WWE did to become WWE, and somehow they have detoured. They lost the vision somewhere, but I will say this. I think this WrestleMania 34, I still have faith that we're going to be surprised.
Brandon Bourne wants to know, is CM Punk ever going to come back?
Yes, I believe so. I believe that if WWE doesn't make it happen, somebody else will. And if that is somebody like a Mark Cuban, or somebody like if Disney changes its mind not to go after WWE and they decide to make their own company, or Mark Cuban decides that he wants to buy New Japan Pro Wrestling or create his own company, and he signs a CM Punk and a Rey Mysterio and an MVP and a Carlito Caribbean Cool just to get those stars, and then he gets like an Omega, a Kenny Omega and Young Bucks, and he has deep pockets, to do that. Brothers and sisters, I am here to tell you that then you will see a lot of creative ideas back from WWE. That's the way it happened. That's the way Vince was able to stop the butt kicking when we were there for every Monday night, the Monday Night Wrestling Wars, where Nitro was kicking our butt. I was in charge of the Spanish productions, play-by-play with my good friend and brother Carlos Cabrera, and it was so sad. Every Monday night, they used to whip our butts on ratings. But that's when Vince created the biggest character, Mr. McMahon. And it's time for a new creation, and it's time to get down to business.
Jeff Norris says CM Punk will definitely come back, but will it be too late?
No, I don't think it will be late. I just hope it is with WWE. CM Punk, as you know, that was one of his trademarks. No drinking, no drugs, and very happy, married to AJ. I think there's so many, things that have happened in the real life. I mean, how many guys can say that they were fired on their honeymoon? You got something to start off right there. AJ and CM Punk. And believe me when I'm telling you, if it worked with Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 19, that's when I get hit with the chair on that match. If you have the opportunity to check it out. And people were all over that feud because it happened in real life and it was brought into the world of WWE. And I think the same thing could happen. It could even be more explosive, as right now you have all this social media and just WWE force in TV coverage, in their web page, in all. Listen, right now, if you get CM Punk involved in the storyline with the McMahons, it will be fantastic.
Tony Yarsa wants to know, is Mysterio coming back to WWE?
Well, he did a cameo on the Royal Rumble. His representative Conan has said that Impact Wrestling and WWE are in the run for the contract. We do not know if it's gone deeply more on conversations, but Rey Mysterio has stated who he would like to face. And he was naming stars from WWE in that list of guys that Rey Mysterio would like to face. I personally have one match that Rey Mysterio owes me and Conan, the show that was canceled in Puerto Rico because of the Hurricane Maria, and I know that he will give me that match regardless if he signs with WWE for Mysterio Mania whenever the government of Puerto Rico lets me have that show, and that's tribute to the Messiahs. Ricky Banderas, one of the biggest stars from Puerto Rico, big star in AAA Mexico. By the way, I will be on that big pay-per-view of AAA, Rey de Reyes from Mexico, and we will have more information on that. That is March 4th. The show coming up this weekend. It's in Kissimmee, Florida. You can check it out on pay-per-view too, $4.99, and that is, you can check it out, NGCW Pro, ngcwpro.com, $4.99, and if you wait till Saturday, it's $6.99, and you have guys like, Mike Knox, badass Billy Gunn against Jim Snitsky. You have Eli Drake. You have Chris Masters, like I said, Mike Knox, Apollo Chicano, the cousin of Roman Reigns, Alofa. You got the Crash Ladies World Champion, Lacey Lane against the Diva Santana Garrett. I mean, you got Alberto Del Rio, Alberto Patron against Carlito Caribbean Cool to crown our first world champion. If you're in Kissimmee, Saturday, Firefrog Stadium is the place. Meet and greet at 5 o'clock. And it's great action. I'm working on the storylines, and people that have gone to my shows know we kick butt, and it's great quality, lights, and everything. Let's go with more comments.
Devansh Thakur says hello. Justin Jamie Donlin says CM Punk. Zabed Mazonder says AJ Styles. David Hatch says, dude, you're the greatest. Keep the event going.
Thank you very much. And we're going to try during the weekend from Kissimmee to have some English promos with some of the stars, with Alberto, with Carlito. So you got to check your page you're on right now. We have over 35 alliances. We'll do promos in Spanish and English. And this is a blessing that we're able to talk about wrestling as we do the SmackDown report. We will answer any more questions, not just from the SmackDown report. We're going to keep it real. And this is done to please our fans worldwide.
Charles Mitchell says, what do you know about The Undertaker returning?
Yes, it's a lot of people are talking about it. We have seen pictures, we have seen videos, and somehow I did a special report for YouTube, our channel in Lucha Libre, and I will say that in English right now, that it is just, I'm curious about the fact that Undertaker is so private, yet lately, for some reason, we've been having the opportunity of seeing him at the gym. A lot of things that you never got to see from The Undertaker, you're getting to see. Is this a way of preparing us for an Undertaker last match at WrestleMania 34? And the workout that he's doing proves that the hip is okay, because the way he's doing the weights, if the doctor did not clear him, he will not be forcing that workout. So Undertaker, something is happening. Can it be one more match for WrestleMania 34? Is he going to make that $2 million payday? What will happen at WrestleMania 34? And the Young Bucks have invited CM Punk to be part of their show in Chicago, all in September 1st, if I'm not mistaken. And if that happens, whoa, it's going to be awesome. Young Bucks have my respect, and they have worked for us in our cards in South America, and they are just tremendous athletes, crowd pleasers, respectful, performers. They love what they do. They're so apasionados, passionate people, and that's what the boys, everybody likes them. Everybody likes them. They're just cool guys.
Nick Bishop wants to know, where can he see or where can he watch the pay-per-view?
Yes, you go into ngcwpro.com and register. It will be $4.99 right now. And if you wait till this Saturday, the day of the show will be $6.99. Badass Billy Gunn, Alberto Del Rio, Carlito Caribbean Cool, Mike Knox, Eli Drake, Santana Garrett. So many stars, $4.99. And it's going to be
again,
awesome.
this new generation championship, ngcwpro.com.
Yes.
Okay, Dan Adams asks, will X-Pac come back?
X-Pac, it's more into his own podcast and doing some agent stuff. I don't know. It might happen, but I don't see it as a full-time wrestler again. He took a lot of injuries, and we're not going to expand on the personal, turbulent life that he has had. I think he's very happy now. He's healthy. He's in control, and let's just keep him like that. That thing of going on the road every day could open up a lot of doors that you don't want to open. So I think that X-Pac is doing good right now.
David Hatch says, following y'all now, glad I was able to pick you up. I love that y'all, because we're live from New York, but I'm from New Orleans, so I'm a y'all girl.
That's my Cajun girl from New Orleans. Yeah. Just happy that we could hang out and talk about what's going on wrestling. This Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, great wrestlers. Somehow, I just believe that they need to be worked a little bit better, because they are the real thing. A lot of people are not that impressed with the New Day, My wife is it's one of them.
I don't like them.
And I know that a lot of people do like him, but that's the way it goes. A lot of friction.
But I do like the Usos.
Yeah, Usos are terrific. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, as we stated at the beginning, they still have their friction. I don't know if they're fooling us, and they will do that match, as we have stated before. Daniel Bryan has not re-signed the contract, but he will be back in the ring with WWE or without WWE. Tonight we saw just a tremendous match between. Here we had the information around here. Okay, Diana.
Thomas Casul asked, you need to be out of state to order the pay-per-view? Absolutely. You need to be out of Florida.
Out of Florida, but anywhere else, you're right there. But if you are in Florida, make the trip down there. It's nice weather. It's going to be fantastic. Meet and greet. And some of the legends from Puerto Rico, like Sabio Vega, Chiqui Star, Prophet will be there. And
I'll be there.
Yeah, Ricky Santana, Fidel Sierra, Prophet. A lot of things are going to be happening. Talking about tonight's bout, Jinder Mahal and Glorious Bobby Roode were having a face-to-face, and Randy Orton attacked Mahal, but he couldn't surprise Bobby Roode with the RKO, and he was victim of the Glorious DDT. So that's the way the segment ended. I don't know how they could make it work in a way that it would be very interesting for the fans. I think that I was talking about the solid match, the great match, Owens against Dolph Ziggler. I'm still confused with what they do with Dolph Ziggler. Owens defeating Dolph Ziggler because of the distraction of Sami Zayn. We know of the contract signed by Dolph Ziggler. They're talking about 2 years, close to $3 million. Are we in for a big shocker, a big surprise? Or did Vince McMahon gave him that kind of money just to keep Dolph Ziggler from becoming a main event wrestler in New Japan or in one of the other companies? We don't know. But if you are willing to give a star that much money and you don't do something creative when you know the fans love him and they already are upset, the fans are so upset with the Matt Hardy story, with the walking and with the Bray Wyatt, how two characters that are really over with the fans, how WWE Creative is destroying them. So you already got heat. You're upsetting the fans about that, so we don't know what's going to happen. So let's go with one more comment, Diana, and then we're going to be signing off.
Jorge Andre Borrero wants to know, do you think Vince McMahon or any personnel of WWE watch your live streams to get an idea of what the fans think?
Oh, I could tell you about the Spanish one that we do Monday nights. They have people taking care of that. And now that we do this in English, yes, it doesn't cost them one penny. And they just don't care what Diana says and Hugo says. They care about what you guys say because they will monitor that. It doesn't cost them a penny. And as in the Spanish show, sometimes we have had shows with 6,000-7,000 comments, and for all this free information, they're not paying 1 cent for it. Yes, they do that. When I was working for them for 17 years, I was in charge of a lot of the monitoring. Yes, we didn't have all this modern stuff like now, but I was in charge of monitoring what the fans will say in different countries. Yes, this is about checking on the people. That's why I've been so upset of how they have managed to get so many people upset with some crazy finishes, crazy storylines. One more comment, Diana?
Rohit Sharma says, sir, talk about Roman. Is Roman getting more push than he deserves?
I don't think so. I think on the contrary. I think that it was the fault of Vince McMahon and creative when they tried to push Roman at the wrong time. And the fans did not buy it. So as it happened, instead of turning him a bad guy or a heel back then, they went against the fans' advice, and fans are the customers, and that's why it has cost more money and more time to build Roman Reigns. And then when they were doing the Shield storyline, something happened, and that something happened was that Roman he was sick. And then guess what happens after that? Dean Ambrose gets injured. So the Shield that was really pushing Roman forward just stopped in the middle of nowhere. So that didn't help. But I do believe that Roman Reigns is the man. He is the big dog, and he's going to surprise a lot of people. I think that he will get better and better and better, and a lot of people are going to be surprised. So one more comment, Diana, we're going to sign off.
I Am Brown says, we want Hogan.
Hogan. Like we stated before, Hogan is in conversations with WWE. I think that WWE and Hulkamania and Hogan belong together. The fans want to do that. Hogan wants to get back in. We know that he's been wanting to push for the match of Hogan against Ric Flair. One more match. The Nature Boy against Hulk Hogan. So we know Hulk Hogan is creating the ambience, creating the atmosphere to get WWE to bring him back. And I think it will be the right idea. A lot of people love Hulk Hogan. I'm telling you, he was a big, huge part of why we're talking today about WWE. One more comment, Diana, and we signed off.
Okay, let's go here.
Okay, you gave me so much.
Yeah,
is that a new song?
Dan Adams wants to know, where is Kevin Nash?
Kevin Nash. I know that he had a very serious operation, and I haven't seen him booked in the arena, so I guess he's probably recovering. The pictures he showed from the operation, I don't think I've ever seen any pictures of that operation as from Kevin Nash.
Rohit Sharma wants to know, will Roman turn heel in coming days?
I don't think so. If they do, boy, are they wrong with creative, because that was way back. If they do that now, they're crazy. This is not the right time. You get people even more confused. I mean, this has cost them so much money, so much time. Now you just have to give Roman Reigns the opportunity to shine and let him kick butt, and let WrestleMania 34 at the Superdome, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, be, the place to officially now for him to be the face of WWE. So we're gonna sign up. We hope that we will see you guys this Saturday. Our production of Lucha Conquest, New Generation Championship Wrestling, as I am the executive producer. I want to invite you to see all the big stars, badass Billy Gunn, Mike Knox, the Giant Snitsky, Alberto El Patron against Carlito for the world title, the Crash Lucha Libre world champion, Lacey Lane against Santana Garrett. You have a Lucha NGCW International Cup from Brazil, Zumbi. This guy is amazing. Mecha Wolf from Puerto Rico, another aerial attack master, and from Mexico, Laredo Kid. High Flyers. It's going to be fantastic. Don't miss it, and you could order it right now. Register going to ngcwpro.com, and it's going to be fantastic. And my T-shirt, Atangana, that's my first official T-shirt, and I have been in this industry.
And it's a collector's item.
Collector's item. In the back, it has my famous phrases of calling the matches in Spanish. We want to thank all of our friends from all the beautiful Facebook pages of wrestling to be with us, and we hope to have interviews from you guys during the weekend. So check out this page where you're on. And from the Dangerous Blonde Diana.
Guadalupe Pepe Martinez says, House of Hardcore rules.
Yes. Is that my friend's Tom Dreamer's brand, I think? It must be. Yes, Tommy Dreamer. All right, guys, take care. And we hope to have some interviews during the weekend. And Sunday, we hope to have a report for the Elimination Chambers in English. Take care, guys. Atangana.